I recently discovered and I'm very much enjoying Hallmark's Timeless Tales series. And when I realised there was a version of The Ugly Duckling, I knew I had to check it out because, as like a lot of people, I really enjoy the story of The Ugly Duckling. And I have to say, this is very sweet and probably the most detailed version of this story that I've seen. This was released in 1990. It's directed by Don Lusk, and it is, of course, the story of the Ugly Duckling, who is voiced by Charlie Adler. And if you're unaware of the story, very briefly, it's about a little duckling who is not as pretty as his fluffy yellow siblings. And he is made fun of for that fact. And I don't want to say too much more about what happens, but it is the classic story with the classic message. Well, several classic messages that you shouldn't poke fun at people for the way they look, but also your worth is not defined by the way you look, and also your look may change. The animation is beautiful. I have to say the fluffy yellow ducklings do look gorgeous, but the ugly duckling doesn't actually look ugly as such. It just looks different. And I really like the design of the duck. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. The voice acting is really good. And as I said, I think this is the most detailed version of the story that I have ever come across. I've never read the story, but I probably read a version when I was a child, but certainly nothing in any detail. And while I've seen multiple cartoons and adaptations telling the story, this one definitely goes into the most detail. I don't know if every element of this is in the traditional story, but it certainly included a lot of things that I'd never heard of, and that was quite different and quite unique, and it incorporated characters that I'd never come across in the story of the Ugly Duckling before. So it was, for me at least, a little bit different and a really nice way to enjoy the tale with some beautiful animation and great voice acting. And I rather enjoyed it. If you're a fan of the Ugly Duckling, it's definitely worth checking out. If you've never seen any Timeless Tales before, I thoroughly recommend them. I think this is the third or fourth that I've seen. There are a couple more to go, and I'm really enjoying them. The animation is beautiful, and I think each one is about half an hour, which is an ideal length to enjoy these childhood classics. The Ugly Duckling is a brilliant story, and the Timeless Tales version is a brilliant animation.